the potential new owners of CrossFit trying to connect with the CrossFit community and get more information? Maybe. So there is this Instagram account that popped up recently. It is called MoveMax Official. Dave Castro has reshared and put on his stories a post of theirs before, a story of theirs before that he was tagged in. Dave is very particular in the things that he does. He does things with intention. He does share posts sometimes from just regular people. That does happen. But I feel like an account like this, he wouldn't just reshare if there wasn't some meaning behind it. So they posted a bunch of questions on their Instagram, and I'm not 100% sure who is behind the account. But I do know a lot of people in the media space are supporting it, and I do imagine some of them know. I did try to find out who it was, but I haven't heard back yet. I may or may not hear back. Message requests go to a different folder. Who knows if they'll see it. But this page has been growing a lot as people like Andrew Hiller and Dense Updates have shared it and asked people to go and follow the account and answer the poll. We're going to talk about the poll. We're going to look at some of the questions that I think are the most interesting. And if you're catching this video when it's first posted, in the first couple hours that it is up, I believe the poll should still be up. So I recommend that all of you go over to that MoveMax Official and look at the poll, answer the poll, follow them so that you can have more information in the future. But who do I think MoveMax Official is? I believe it is someone involved with B Sport. We talked about B Sport before as a group potentially looking to purchase CrossFit, because CrossFit is for sale. If you look at some of the people that MoveMax Official has tagged in some of their posts, we have the Hustle Up app, B Sport related, Northern Spirit, B Sport related, Facundo. I'm just kind of getting the vibes that it is connected to that group. But if I do get an answer of who they are, who the person is behind this account or people, I will put that in the comments on this video and I'll pin that comment. So you can check down there if I've received an update, because I might after I finish this video. So why do I think you should answer the poll? If this group is considering buying CrossFit, if this group is just considering trying to help the CrossFit community, I think this information could be valuable. I think we're getting an opportunity to have our voices heard in a small way, and it takes very little effort and time to respond to this poll and to give them some information that may help them make decisions going forward and may help all of us mend some of the issues in CrossFit right now. So let's go through some of what it says, because if you're catching this video after the polls went down, you might not be able to see it again. So let's talk about what they put up on there. On this first slide, it says, friends, first and foremost, please note that this survey has no commercial purpose. It's a personal and genuine initiative, but that can still have impact. I simply want, through my own means, to better understand our community and share my thoughts about our sport and our culture. Please take your time. Only answer if you feel you can do so honestly and with your heart. CrossFit brings deep balance to my life. It's more than a sport. It's a passion I carry intensely. Thank you in advance for your time and your trust. So let's go on to the questions. One of the first ones, do you know why MoveMax was created? And overwhelmingly, the answer is no. So I do hope after they get back the feedback from the poll that they maybe clarify that one for all of us. Another one, is Hyrox a threat to the CrossFit brand? And I thought this was very interesting because the answer was overwhelmingly no from the poll results so far when I'm recording this. And I think that's important to note, because I feel like sometimes some people in the CrossFit space go hard at the anti-Hyrox stuff. And I think just looking at data like this and where some of the community stands, a lot of people don't see it as a threat. Maybe it's best to look at it that way, not a threat, just an extension of things you can do because of your CrossFit training. Just another opportunity you can take, another way to test your fitness, and not something that's trying to replace CrossFit or dethrone CrossFit. They're different. And I'm happy to see that at least the majority of the people that answered this poll said no. And I hope that's the direction and the mentality people choose to take going forward when it comes to High Rocks. Next, is the WFP a threat to the CrossFit brand? Not quite as overwhelming in the results here, but still a very, very heavy majority saying, no, it's not a threat to the CrossFit brand. I don't think it's a threat to the CrossFit brand. I don't think it will ever be able to compete with CrossFit at that level. I don't think it'll ever be as revered of a competition, respected of a competition. And there's some people that have negative feelings towards the CrossFit Games right now. I understand that, but the CrossFit Games is still the cream of the crop, still the number one. And this poll result and what I've heard talking to some other people in the CrossFit space, that's not changing. WFP has not filled that. WFP is not replacing that. I don't know if that's their intention, but it's not likely to succeed based on current thoughts and mentality towards it. And then it just says, what about MetFix? And the choices are a scam, an opportunity, no time to watch this bullshit, and a covering your eyes emoji. You know, I struggled with this question because I have some mixed feelings about MetFix, and maybe I'm not alone based on the results of this poll, but I think it's interesting. And I do agree that almost anything can be an opportunity. Take that for what you will. This person goes on, MoveMax official, to say, my thoughts on High Rocks. I believe this movement originated from the CrossFit world, and I would agree with that. It builds on the community much like a cuckoo bird laying its egg in another bird's nest. But honestly, I say High Rocks feels more like the spirit of MoveMax. That was interesting. Accessible, repeatable, and structured. It could even be a benchmark for #JustMove workouts. And in this post, there are a bunch of people tagged very, very small on the bottom of it. And some of those people are CrossFit, High Rocks World, Dense Updates, Matt Souza, Hillerfit, Savan Podcast, Daniel Chafee, Jay DeCoons, Northern Spirit, Hustle Up, Malik, Facundo, The Real Filipino. So just some interesting accounts that are involved in this movement, I guess, maybe, or accounts they're trying to get involved. Definitely interesting to look at and to zoom in on that little thing in the corner. And then they go on to talk about WFP. WFP, a promising initiative, but it's a beautiful concept, yes, but it will never have the experience or legacy of the CrossFit Games. Totally agree. No organization can truly match what the CrossFit Games have built over the years. I'm deeply saddened to see the launch of WFP associated with a tragedy. This kind of opportunism, intentional or not, risks dividing our community instead of uniting it. I still wish them strength in their journey, but I sincerely encourage them to remain within the CrossFit family. We'll see. We shall see. And finally, it says, friends, these posts reflect my personal thoughts. Please don't be too harsh. I just ask for a bit of understanding. Long live CrossFit, long live our community, and long live D. And with eyes. Little eyes looking. Not 100% sure what that one is, but definitely something I think we all need to keep our eyes on. It has grown quite a bit. I talked about it almost a week ago. The account had 129 Instagram followers. Now it has more than 500 when I'm looking at it. Who knows by the time this video goes up. Let me know what some of your thoughts are about this thing that has popped up, about the potential CrossFit sale. What's next for CrossFit after the sale? I really don't think the sale is going to happen before the CrossFit Games, which are just about 3 weeks away. So I think we have a moment, but if this organization, entity is involved, I appreciate that they are reaching out to the community and trying to get some feedback, some answers, understand people's feelings about what's going on in the space right now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe. I'll be heading to the CrossFit Games. I will do videos there like I've done in the past every day. That's my intention, at least. I appreciate you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Carson, come here. Carson turns 10 on Sunday, and I'm not okay. My baby is growing up. I can't handle it. Okay, we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Yes? You want to play? You want to play? Okay. 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 Bye.